Hi, I'm Sam Wexler, and these are my 3D printed sleds. I'm looking to print bigger things like sleds or human-sized objects, so if you have any ideas for things, what would you like to see printed? Let me know in the comments below. I'll now show you the 3D printed sledding journey. Enjoy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The first layer. First layer for the sled. This is pretty exciting. I custom made this big 3D printer to make things like this, big things. First attempt at the sled. This took about 2 hours. I got about 16% of the way there on the print, and made kind of like a skateboard on the first attempt. Alright, this is attempt 2. Slightly different sled design. Layer 1. Well, here it is. It took an hour and a half and 27 layers with a 3mm nozzle at 205 degrees Celsius. And here it is, my first 3D printed sled. My butt should barely fit on this. I tested it on some of my previous failures. This is the 4th attempt, and we'll see if it works. I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. The support material is really thick, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get that off, maybe with the Sawzall or Dremel or something. But this is pretty cool. One thing I was surprised about was how much I originally had it with a 1/4 inch thickness, but around the edges here it actually lifted up and brought the tape with it around the edges of the thicker one, the 1/4 inch thick one. This is from the nozzle. The nozzle fell. Yeah, it actually, the thick one brought the tape up with it, and then the nozzle would run into it, and the whole thing came down at one point. This whole carriage came off the rail, and that was exciting. So what I did was I made this thinner to 1/8 of an inch, and it actually stuck. I did not expect the 1/4 inch to pull up as much as it did, because I don't really have that much of a problem with PLA bending up the corners on my smaller printers. Here's the weight of the sled. Weighs just under 2 pounds. So it cost me about $8 to print this. I use these PLA pellets, and they're around $4 a pound. Looks pretty cool. I'm happy with the looks, and it's fairly strong. I need to figure out how to trim off this support material. Now, this was printed on my custom 3D printer. This is the only printer like this. It's pretty big. I'll have to measure the total dimensions, but I think it's like 48 by 22 by 64, something like that. Here are the previous failed attempts. In case you're wondering, the sled is 27 inches long and 10 inches wide. One of my goals is to bring human-sized 3D printing to the masses at an affordable cost. So this uses pellets, which cost a lot less than filament. These pellets only cost about $4 a pound. This printed all right. The support structure was challenging. I tried using the Sawzall, but PLA is surprisingly gummy. Really gummed up when I used the Sawzall, so I used the circular saw. That worked a lot better. Got most of the support material off, and then I used this heat gun and a hammer to smooth it out the best I could. It turned out all right. The heat gun on high actually worked really well for bending these up. This is cool. It's almost like a little mini snowboard. But this is pretty fun and exciting. I'm excited to try all of these. In the future, I'll probably just print them flat and then use the heat gun to bend the tips up. It took about 40 seconds per side with the heat gun. I would wave it back and forth once per second 40 times and do that on each side, and then at that point the PLA was heated enough that it would bend. Alright, we're here. We got the 3D printed sleds. We got all kinds of different options here. Time to give these a shot. Time to shred some gnar. Here we go. Oh, wow. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your winter and get out there and make the most of it.